Right now, fear is holding you back from everything you've ever dreamed of achieving. And I'm not talking about some small-time, passing worry. I'm talking about that paralyzing fear that keeps you stuck, trapped in a life that's nowhere near your true potential. What if I told you there's a 2,000-year-old philosophy that can demolish your fears faster than you can imagine? A method so powerful that it can transform your entire existence, turning your deepest anxieties into your greatest strengths? Fear isn't something that happens to you. Fear is something you create inside your mind. Every single moment you spend drowning in anxiety, you're actually choosing to be a prisoner of your own thoughts. The Stoics understood something revolutionary. Your perception creates your reality. Imagine fear as a wall. Most people see this wall as an impenetrable fortress, something impossible to overcome. But Stoic philosophers saw it differently. They saw the wall as a challenge, a temporary obstacle that could be conquered through rational thinking and mental discipline. When you start viewing fear as a controllable internal experience, everything changes. You're no longer a victim of your emotions. You become the architect of your mental landscape, designing how you respond to challenges, setbacks, and uncertainties. This isn't about suppressing your emotions. It's about understanding them. The Stoics didn't say, "Don't feel fear." They said, "Feel the fear, but don't let it control you." There's a massive difference between acknowledging fear and being controlled by it. Your mind is like a powerful computer. Right now, it's running a dangerous program called "What if worst case scenario?" But you have the power to rewrite that program, to install a new operating system of courage, resilience, and unwavering confidence. Here's a game-changing Stoic technique called premeditatio malorum, deliberately imagining the worst possible outcomes. Sounds counterintuitive? Absolutely. But it's incredibly powerful. By mentally preparing for potential challenges, you strip fear of its mysterious, paralyzing power. Think about professional athletes. They don't just hope for success. They mentally rehearse every possible scenario, including failures. They visualize challenges before they happen. This isn't pessimism, it's strategic preparation. The Stoics did the exact same thing with life's challenges. When you start practicing negative visualization, something magical happens. Suddenly, the monsters in your mind become less terrifying. They transform from overwhelming giants to manageable situations you can navigate with strategy and calm. Most people run from their fears. Stoics walk toward them, examine them, understand them. They turn fear into a tool for growth, not a barrier to success. Every time you confront a fear, you're not just overcoming an obstacle, you're expanding your comfort zone. Imagine fear as a dark room. Most people stand at the door, afraid to enter. Stoics? They walk in, turn on the lights, and realize the room was never as scary as they imagined. That's the power of confronting your fears head-on with rational thinking. Are you ready to discover something that will completely change how you approach fear forever? Stay tuned, because what I'm about to reveal will shock you and give you the ultimate strategy to transform your life. Your emotions are like clouds passing through the sky of your mind. They're temporary, always changing, and not a permanent part of your core being. The Stoics taught that true power comes from understanding this fundamental truth. You are not your fears. You are the observer of your fears. Rational detachment means creating a mental space between your thoughts and your true self. When fear arrives, you don't fight it. You observe it. You analyze it. You understand its root, its mechanism, its illusion. This isn't passive. It's the most active form of mental warfare you can wage. Most people get swept away by emotional tsunamis. They let fear dictate their decisions, their dreams, their entire life trajectory. But you're different. You're learning to be the captain of your emotional ship, navigating through stormy waters with precision and calm. Every time you practice rational detachment, you're building mental muscles. Just like going to the gym strengthens your physical body, this practice strengthens your psychological resilience. Fear becomes less of a monster and more of a signal. Information to be processed, not a command to be obeyed. Imagine having a superpower where fear doesn't control you, but instead becomes your strategic advisor. That's what the Stoics discovered centuries ago. They understood that emotions are data, not destiny. Your response to that data determines everything. Fear isn't your enemy. Fear is your most powerful ally when you know how to harness it. The Stoics didn't see fear as something to eliminate, but as an energy to be transformed. Think of fear like raw electricity, dangerous when uncontrolled, but incredibly powerful when properly channeled. Every great achievement in human history started with someone being afraid and choosing to move forward anyway. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is taking action despite fear. The moment you understand this, you unlock a different level of personal potential. Your brain is designed to protect you, but it often overprotects. It sounds alarm bells for situations that aren't actually life-threatening. Learning to distinguish between genuine threats and manufactured anxieties is the key to mental freedom. The Stoics called this differentiating between what you can and cannot control. When fear arrives, ask yourself 3 critical questions. Is this fear rational? Can I do something about this situation? Will this matter in 5 years? These questions are like a mental jiu-jitsu, allowing you to flip fear from a paralyzing force into a motivational energy. Successful people don't lack fear. They have a different relationship with fear. They see it as a sign they're expanding their comfort zone, pushing their limits, growing beyond their current capabilities. Fear becomes a compass pointing toward personal growth. Your life is a battlefield, and fear is the enemy trying to keep you pinned down. But what if I told you that you have a secret weapon? A strategy so powerful it can break through any barrier of fear, doubt, and limitation? The Stoics discovered this centuries ago, and now I'm about to reveal it to you. The ultimate strategy is radical acceptance combined with intentional action. Most people resist their fears, creating internal war. Stoics taught a different approach. Acknowledge the fear, understand its origin, then strategically move through it. This isn't surrender. This is intelligent warfare against your own limitations. Imagine your fear as a locked door. Most people stand outside, defeated, believing they can't enter. The Stoic approach? You examine the lock, understand its mechanism, find the right key, and walk right through. Every fear has a structure, a logic you can decode and overcome. Preparation is your greatest weapon. The Stoics didn't just think positively, they prepared meticulously. They would mentally rehearse challenges, visualize potential obstacles, and create strategic responses. This isn't just positive thinking. This is tactical mental preparation. Your brain is a supercomputer constantly running risk assessment programs. Right now, it's programmed to avoid challenges, to keep you safe in a tiny comfort zone. But you're about to reprogram that system. You're about to become the master of your mental landscape. Now, I'm about to give you something extraordinary. A step-by-step roadmap that will transform your relationship with fear forever. But here's the deal. This isn't just another generic advice. This is a proven system used by some of the most successful people in history. Imagine having a personal fear elimination manual, a blueprint that shows you exactly how to dismantle your deepest anxieties, how to turn your most paralyzing fears into rocket fuel for success. This isn't theory. This is a practical, actionable system that works. I'm talking about a method so powerful, it can help you overcome career fears, relationship fears, financial fears, any fear holding you back from your true potential. This isn't about eliminating fear completely. It's about changing your relationship with fear. In the next few moments, I'm going to reveal the exact steps that will revolutionize how you approach challenges. You'll learn how to read your fears like a map, how to use them as a navigation system instead of a stop sign. This is next-level personal development. Are you ready to become the fearless version of yourself? To transform from someone controlled by fear to someone who controls fear? Stay locked in, because what I'm about to share will change everything. Most people collect fears like souvenirs. You collect them, store them, let them weigh you down. Stoics did something radical. They turned fears into tools. Every single fear you experience is actually a signal, not a stop sign. A signal telling you exactly where you need to grow. The first technique is called voluntary discomfort. You deliberately expose yourself to uncomfortable situations to expand your resilience. Start small. Take cold showers. Speak to strangers. Do something that makes you slightly nervous every single day. You're training your fear response like a muscle. Your comfort zone is a beautiful prison. It feels safe, but it's killing your potential. Every time you step outside that zone, you're sending a powerful message to your brain. I'm in control. Fear doesn't define me. This isn't about being fearless. This is about being fear intelligent. Journaling is your secret weapon. Not just any journaling, Stoic style reflection. When fear strikes, write it down, analyze its origin, break it down into rational components. Most fears dissolve under the microscope of logical examination. They're like shadows that disappear when you shine a light on them. Visualization isn't just imagination. It's mental rehearsal. Olympic athletes use this. Successful entrepreneurs use this. Now you'll use the Stoic version. Close your eyes. See yourself conquering the fear. Feel the emotions of triumph. Your brain doesn't distinguish between vivid imagination and reality. Here's something most motivational speakers won't tell you. Your brain is constantly running outdated software. Fear is often an old program, installed during childhood, that no longer serves your current reality. It's time for a complete system upgrade. Think about your fears as legacy code. Buggy, inefficient, blocking your system's performance. The Stoic approach is like being a master programmer. You're not just accepting the code, you're rewriting it line by line with intentional, strategic updates. Negative visualization isn't pessimism. It's strategic preparation. Military strategists do this. Pilots do this. Now you'll do this with your life. Imagine the worst-case scenario, not to scare yourself, but to realize you can handle whatever comes. Most worst-case scenarios are survivable. Your internal dialogue is the most powerful programming language. Stop saying, "I'm afraid," and start saying, "I'm preparing." Stop saying, "What if I fail?" and start asking, "What will I learn?" Language shapes perception. Perception shapes reality. You're the programmer of your mental operating system. Emotional intelligence isn't about eliminating emotions. It's about understanding them. Every fear carries information. Anxiety about a job interview? It means you care about your career. Fear of rejection? It reveals your desire for connection. Turn diagnostic, not defensive. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is your greatest teacher. The Stoics understood something profoundly simple, yet revolutionary. Every fear you face is an opportunity for growth. Every challenge a chance to expand your potential. You are not defined by your fears, but by how you choose to respond to them. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. The person who watched this video and did nothing remains trapped. But the person who applies these Stoic principles? Transformed, unstoppable. Someone who sees challenges as fuel, not barriers. Someone who understands that fear is simply information, not a verdict. Your mind is the most powerful weapon you possess. Not your muscles, not your bank account, not your connections. Your ability to perceive, process, and transform fear into strategic action. The Stoics didn't conquer fear by running from it. They conquered fear by understanding it completely. Every great achievement in human history started with someone feeling afraid and choosing to move forward anyway. Courage isn't about being fearless. Courage is about taking intelligent, strategic action despite fear. You're not eliminating fear. You're learning to dance with it, to use it as a compass. The journey of mastering fear is never complete. It's a continuous process of growth, understanding, and strategic adaptation. But now you have the tools. Now you understand the Stoic approach. You're no longer a passenger in your life. You're the driver, the strategist, the commander of your destiny.